Hey guys, this is Dark Zell Kings 3.0. Your glorious king. Okay, let me just get straight to the point of this video. Is it a skill issue or is it just cheese or is it basically character stats that make this game in rank hard to play? All right. So, one thing I am not going to deny is that there's really no balance in this game. Okay? There's no balance in this game, okay? Of course, if you use a Hercule against an MUI Goku, the MUI Goku is most likely going to whoop the shit out of you. And guess what? You can have all the skill in the world. But one move, it takes one mess up, and 90% of your health is gone. Now, I will say, if you are a very skilled Hercule, like I said, and you get close to beating him, I think you should take that as a victory, and you just lost. Okay? So, skill. In this game, skill is more off of your own instincts, reactions, and how you play the game and use the mechanics in like a very self-aware way, in my opinion. But cheese is more or less like, okay, so I was watching this video, right, just the other day, for example. I forgot his name. His name was like World. And dude was using like Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Now, I have no problem with Super Saiyan 2 Kefla players at all. But it's when you start using certain characters in a weird way. What I mean by this is all his main strategy was the auto spark and start key spamming. But here's the thing. The key spam tactic is more or less like, okay, I see where this is going. But he did this. This is all he did. Nothing else was in his kit. And then after when he got finished, if he got right behind you, he would just use the ult. Because it's an easy ult to get off. And that right there. And remember, he's in a tournament. I didn't tell y'all that. He's in a tournament and they betted money. He was going against this Super Saiyan Gogeta. And that Super Saiyan Gogeta was nice as hell. Dude actually had skill. That was the definition of cheese versus skill right there. That match. And guess what? The Gogeta lost overall. Because dude was just using one thing. I don't know why they had that guy in the tournament in the first place, in my opinion. Like, sure, there is a way to counter it, but at the same time, it's so damn tough that it's so damn hard to like counter it. It really is. Because when you go backwards, right, you're deflecting Ki Blast. But remember something, when you're deflecting Ki Blast, you're not blocking. So, you can get hit by a key move or a rush move. That's tough as it is. Like, bro, I'm surprised that Gogeta was actually winning some rounds because of what he was doing. He literally auto sparked and did his ult when his key was about to run out. Like, you know how frustrating that is to go against? And that's the perfect example. Is that a skill issue or is it cheese? I think it's legit both. But the cheese literally is greater than the skill in this game. Because when you see people start off as certain characters, you already know it's going to be a bad day for you. For example, you see a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Most likely, if he's not just doing combos and just whooping on you, then he got skill. But if he's using literally, if he's just trying to use his auto spark a million times and just trying to use his ult or his ultimate impact, yes, I'm going to be talking about that right after this. Then it's literally just cheese. His ultimate impact takes almost, I have looked at this closely. Every time I get hit by that move, bro, it is a guaranteed over a bar and a half, almost. And that's not boosted. That's just how it is. That's how strong that move is. It's literally just as strong as one of the weakest characters' ults in this game. Like, bro, what? Now, am I really complaining about it? No. I know Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is one of the strongest characters in that game. I just noticed. If you can't vanish out of that or try to get out, then it's technically on you. But if he's doing that 5 times after when you just vanished, then yeah, it starts getting cheesy. Because he knows. Like, bro, what? So, skill. Skill though. It's more or less like, let's say if somebody keeps knocking you back and you keep vanishing. That's skill because you have trained yourself to improve at the game. Like they can't touch you. Is that cheese? No. That's literally just skill. If they can't touch you, they can't touch you. They just have to learn how to get better. Countering cheese is more or less, it takes skill too. It legit does. Because people who just does cheese, who use characters like, okay, so here's another example. I was going against a full power Frieza the other day. If you know, full power Frieza is literally the god of the game of unblockables. He has two unblockables. And he has an auto spark. He has Nova Strike that you can't block. And he has the Death Slicer with two moves that can go anywhere. He didn't beat me. He was actually decent, but he didn't beat me. Do you know why? Because I knew how to counter his cheese. His Death Slicer game was the one that kept hitting me. But I forgot about something. Remember, when he uses that move, he's completely still. All y'all have to do, okay, the best way how to counter this move is literally Dragon Dash behind him and grab him. Or even, not even, you don't even have to grab him. Do a rush move towards him. As in, like, get behind him, do a rush move, and guess what? It will take you, you don't get hit by the Death Slicers. It's that easy. And guess what? When he noticed that he couldn't get me like that, he literally forfeited the match, bro. Literally forfeited the match. I'm like, okay, since I knew exactly what to do, and your cheese didn't work, you couldn't do anything else, you have another unblockable move. It's called Nova Strike. Use it! Like, bro, if somebody's blocking, you can get a kill like that. Like, bro, know your character. Like, real shit. He was cheesing, but was I mad about it? Not really. I was more or less like, how am I gonna get around this? But I was like, oh yeah, now I remember. It's stuff like that. It's kind of like using a giant against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Because, honestly, the giants in this game are mainly cheesy. Let's get real here. They're all cheesy, especially number one, Dr. Weelo. We can all say that. Dr. Weelo is the biggest cheeser of all the giants. Now, am I scared of going against a Dr. Weelo? No. I'd be whooping on him all day. But let's get real here. This little unblockable charge thing. Yeah. It's too big. It's tough. It's tough. I lost to a few, but I whooped more than I can say. But prior to that, okay, what's another perfect example of the little skill issue problem? Okay, weak characters. Now, what is the real term of a weak character? Is Master Roshi a weak character? Technically, yes. But in reality, no. The man has two unblockables that help you win the match, bro. Now, honestly, they gotta do what they gotta do to win. And after that point, it's not skill, it's just cheese. Okay? Using that little key thrusting move that's unblockable, it doesn't do damage. But it doesn't take that much key to do. And it's unblockable. It's tough. And the fact that he can put you in a jar is crazy. That is unblockable. That's what I mean by a little cheesy. Now, honestly, I think there should be like a cheese rating though. Like, as in like, what characters can cheese the best and what characters cheese the least. Master Roshi would be top of my list. Like, honestly. Besides, like, I don't know. Like an MUI Goku or full power Jiren. Because all they do is probably like knock back, auto spark, then try to get their ult off on you as fast as they can. That's usually how it gets. And don't get me wrong. I have done this, but I don't do the ult more than once in games because I'd be like, it's kind of crazy if I did this like 2 times. Like, bro, when you already know you're the strongest in the game, why stretch that point? See, that's why I had to stop playing full. Like, full power Jiren will always be one of my favorites, but I think I like base form Jiren because he's so balanced and he's just so good. His combos are very fast too. Very well done. But yeah, when you get the full power Jiren, it's a whole nother ball game. Honestly, there's another character. He's a strong character, but believe it or not, he's not even that good. In reality, he's not as good as I thought he would be. And that is Super Broly from the Broly movie. He is good. But to a standard, he is not He is not like MUR Goku or Full Power Jiren. He might have the power of them, but that's it. Like, he has an auto spark, sure, but nonetheless, that's all he got, really. Bro is not that good. He is not as good. Like, with him, the only person I can see actually spamming moves or using his moves ridiculously much, I taught my friend, don't use him like a boxer, bro. That's why you're losing. You see, his moves are so slow, I could super counter every move in an instant. But the moment he started using him the way I told him to, I'm like, use more grabs with him. Like, do like a grab here and there. And use his blaster meteor move when somebody gets close to you. Guess what? Chipping off health. It might be cheesy, but at the end of the day, it takes a little bit of skill behind that. Because guess what? You gotta time the grabs, right? And you gotta time the blasting meteors. And then guess what? You don't even have to auto spark. I told him how to fight with that character. And guess what? He started whooping my ass. So I was like, damn. And guess what I said? It's like, is this cheese or skill? Because he used it with skill because he wasn't using Blaster Meteor like the way I told him how to use it. He was using Blaster Meteor in a more like, okay, he's on his way. He's using Dragon Dash. Blaster Meteor. Boom, blow yourself up. Guess what? When they're in motion of going to you with the Dragon Dash, use your Blaster Meteor. Any characters, right, that have the little aura or super explosion wave, the moment they Dragon Dash towards you, like, you know, the behind Dragon Dash, use the move. You will catch them. Always. You will win that little exchange. Is that cheese or skill? No. That is literally just advice. So now, guess what? You can't have people going behind you. Pretty simple. Guess what? Jiren has the same thing. What is it called? Heat Wave Megatron? Like, bro, get behind him. Boost that. Guess what? He's basically dead. All day. Now, as you can see, I'm literally on the gameplay of the Goku gameplay, and if you can see, I'm just trying to play the game the right way. Like, I'm not trying to use cheese or anything. I'm just fighting with skill. Just skill. I might do a few things that are the same, but nonetheless, that's just how I fight. It is what it is. But I'm not doing anything that's so crazy that the other person can't play the game. That's one thing. I'm not doing anything so crazy to a point where somebody is like, oh yeah, you're a cheeser, blah, blah, blah. No. They lost. They just lost normally. Like, look at us. We're going back and forth here. But no. Honestly, the game's not balanced. I said this. It's not balanced. It is what it is on that one. I can accept that part. What I'm not going to accept is that there's like key blast spamming. There's after image strike spammers out there. Because I beat the after image strike spammers all day. Actually, I had one of my disciples beat them. And you can see that video. It's called the worst ranked in gaming. It has an A5 and I quit under there. Go check it out. It's just, that video was not meant to be taken as serious as some people are. It is what it is. I don't really care. We had fun. I watched him play. He was getting a little mad too because he saw the bullshit. People were rage quitting because they didn't have to. And people were just trying to protect their egos. We don't rage quit. That's one thing I told them. Don't rage quit. Accept your loss. Even if it's cheese. Sometimes you just gotta sit there and take that. It might sound fucked up, but that's just how it is, you know? That's okay though. It's okay to lose. But when you're losing to somebody it's easy to beat, but they're just cheesing, it gets frustrating. And you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm talking about. That's the funny thing. Some of y'all be like, oh, what are you talking about? No. You know when you can beat somebody and they're just pulling bullshit on you. That's when it gets angry. That's when it gets angry. That's when you be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he's doing the same move over and over and over again, right? And you're trying to vanish out it. In just that one game, you couldn't get one vanish off. He's cheesing, but let's get real here. Your skill didn't come through that game. So which one won? The cheese. It's okay. But guess what? You go into your next game, you dominate the next guy who was playing kind of like the last guy. You'd be like, damn, where was this? Sometimes I really do think, is this game really based off RNG? I don't know still. I truly don't. Because that super counter feels like I am doing it every time and it doesn't trigger. And it makes me so angry for when I need it the most. But that's okay, because I guess I'm not timing it right. I'm gonna accept that part. I truly don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm just more or less like, I'm still trying to figure out the game up to this day. Like, it's literally been over a month and weeks that the game's been out, and you're still trying to figure out what's going on. Why are you not fighting at your full potential? Because I feel like there's times where I'd be like, alright, I'm about to go destroy this guy. You get into the match with this guy, you're way better than him. But because he's using a certain character, right? It makes it look like you're a bitch. Or some shit. Or you're just weak. Or you're just not skilled. Like, honestly. Okay. Going against a Z Broly, right? That grab is unblockable. So it makes it very hard to counter. In general. And if you're underneath him, or beneath him, just in general, you will get caught with his ult. Trust and believe. But that's okay, because I went against numerous of Z Broly's, like a bunch of Z Broly's. So in a way, experience helps. See, one thing about people that I don't understand in this game is that they don't really play the game to experience it as much as they should. They don't experience everything to a point. And I'm actually attacking everybody with this one, more or less. Even me. See, one thing I have seen is that nobody doesn't really try a new method of things. And that's mainly the problem with this. Like, if all you do is play like, I don't know. Let's say all you do is play, who's a good character, but not too powerful. Let's say you play Rose Goku Black all day, right? And you're the best Goku Black. But you be like, okay, let me try a new character. And the moment you lose as that character, no, I'm going back to Rose Goku Black. Look, it takes time to evolve. You gotta learn the character. If you're not gonna learn the character, at least understand the character in a way that will help you have fun with him at most, or she, you know? What I mean is that if you're going to use a new character, at least try to warm up, seek his combo, see what he's good at, see what hits, see what strings, and then you should be fine, in a way. See what moves you want to use and see what moves you don't want to use. Understand his, abilities. There's literally an explanation of controls. A lot of people don't use that. Use it. It will save you. It will make you understand, hey, do I want to use this character or I don't? See, when I start a video of a new character, I have to go over the explanation of controls. And sometimes I'd be like, damn, I didn't know that. Sometimes I did. Sometimes I don't. Like, honestly. And there's a few other videos that I'm going to be doing on this game of different characters, and I have to I'm not in training, like, truly being like, oh, I gotta know everything about the character. No. I'm just more or less like, okay, let me look at these explanation of controls and see how, okay. For example, there's a Kefla video. I did not upload it yet. When I do, guess what? Her base form, rush move, it doesn't go as far as all the other rush moves. This is something you have to experience for you to understand. That if you knock somebody back, you're not going to hit them with that rush move. I guarantee you that. You have to catch them holding still or lacking. But it's a good move. Believe it or not, it does a lot of damage. It's just, it doesn't go as far. But how would you know that if you don't read it or actually experience it? That's what I mean. See? And that's why when I go against different characters, it's like, at least now I know. But yeah, basically speaking on that behalf now, let's just say, okay. So, listen, I'm gonna give y'all another example, okay? Now just hear me out on this one, okay? Just not so long ago, I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, I went against a S3 TN. And I was using, I forgot who I was using. It wasn't somebody that strong. I think I was using like a melee Trunks. I was trying him out. I got a little pissed off because I think Trunks is not as good as what he should be, but He was decent. But the TN, all he did was just spam Dodo and Ray. What could I do? Honestly. Now, in my opinion, this is just as much on me than him cheesing, okay? So, yeah, that TN was just spamming Dodo and Ray. So, basically speaking, I played him very wrong though. I should have never kept rushing him. That's why he killed me. That was my stupidity. Believe it or not. And I'm not gonna blame Trunks Melee because he's technically a semi-weak character or a mid character. I'm gonna blame myself there. Now that TN, he got the S4 because he did that. And that is shameful because they're kind of rewarding him for rank for just you doing one thing. That's where I have the problem with the cheese. Not when I lose, when they get rewarded for that shit. And that's sad. And you know what? This one's for my little rage quitters out there that loves to leave every match because they're about to lose. You gotta accept the loss, okay? Especially if they just beat you with straight skill and not spam, or they only auto spark once out the match because you did it. You gotta accept that loss. Like, you're over here playing just to win. Honestly, come on, bro. I understand to play to win, but there's a line to that shit. Don't just play to win and then make sure that no one else doesn't get his rank points because he literally beat you at your own game or even did it in the fair way. Come on now. That's where the skill issue and cheese come from, in my opinion, bro. And in the moment you really start cheesing, you leave the game. I literally look at all these other YouTubers, right? And they be posting these guys, man. Like, what's his name? Donnie O'Walk? Bro, he was going against this one guy, Z-Rank, and his name is like Happy Birthday something. Every time he's about to lose, he left the fucking game. At first, I gave him the benefit of the doubt at first. The first time when you DC, right? The first time you DC, and you're about to lose, I'd be like, okay, he might have just DC'd. But no, he sees this guy like half of his videos on the single battles. I'd be like, nah, he's just rage quitting because he's a bitch. Like, straight up. That's just how it is. And that's what I'm going to talk about rage quitters alone next video, probably. Like, next talk video. So, if you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me if this game is straight skill, or is it balanced, or is there a middle part, or is it just cheese? Tell me which one. Or tell me it's all three. And explain why in the comment section. I want to hear your opinions. I really do. Alright. Dark Zero Kings 3.0 is out. I will see you in the next one. Bye.